Welcome back, builders, to another feature showcase for Highrise City. Today we take a look at the needs of your citizens and how to fulfill them, an integral part of the core gameplay loop. As in our last showcase, the things you might see might be subject to change. We are currently replacing a lot of the buildings with more detailed assets, so the look of the game is not representative of the final version. Oh, and please watch until the end of this video, we'll tell you how you can play Highrise City very soon. In the first episode, we established that buildings require resources in order to be constructed. But those materials are not the only goods you need to manufacture to keep your city growing. People living in your metropolis expect you to provide them with anything they need to live a happy life, otherwise they will leave. The happier they are, the more money you'll get from them purchasing your goods. Higher satisfaction also means that they'll use all available living space. Try making your citizens happy instead of endlessly building new apartments. So let's break it down. Citizens are divided into different tiers. As your population is growing, you'll unlock new buildings, new features and higher citizen tiers. Right now, those tiers don't have finalized names, so feel free to suggest new ones in the comments down below. The higher the tier is, the more sophisticated the wishes of your residents get. Tier 1 citizens are easily satisfied. All they need is some fish, vegetables and fruits. So just drop a farm, build a carrier service in its vicinity, and you're almost halfway there. For now, we'll not look at their needs when it comes to services, just to keep things simple. That's something we'll detail in the next episode. Looking at the second tier of residents, things get a bit more tricky, as they have additional needs besides the basic goods for tier 1 citizens. Fish, fruits and vegetables are produced, or caught, and will immediately be picked up by carriers. Compare that to the production chain of bakery products, for example, which is a bit more elaborate. You'll need to harvest wheat on a farm, process it into flour in a mill, and then transport it to the bakery to be turned into bread. And that's just one of the goods tier 2 citizens want. In order to provide them with textiles, you first need to place a cotton farm and process the produce in a textile factory. Just for the sake of completion, to fully make your tier 2 citizens happy, they need furniture created in factories that require wood for production and spices, which can only be acquired via trading. You don't need to fully supply each good to make your citizens happy. Depending on the selected difficulty options at the start of the game, a decent supply of some commodities might be enough. To put it simply, your main goal is to get more citizens into your metropolis and fulfill their needs to earn as much as you can. The higher their tier is, the more money you'll get if you make them happy. Different resources have various effects on the satisfaction of your residents, some more impactful than others. More available commodities result in more consumption by your citizens and therefore in more money generated. Your overall wealth can then be spent on creating new buildings and infrastructure, establishing new laws, buying and trading goods, terraforming and creating new zones. We'll touch on some of those topics in later episodes. And don't forget, inhabitants purchasing goods and the taxes they pay are two different capital movements, both increasing your general funds. When expanding your city, keep in mind that higher tiers of citizens sometimes also want access to basic goods. Remember to upscale those production chains with the growth of your city. Since we are talking about the needs of your future citizens, let's also touch on offices real quick. Most of the industry buildings, such as all the ones we talked about in this video, need offices to function properly. These will be located in these shiny skyscrapers you already know from the last episode, which now have an updated model for higher tiers, by the way. Think of them as a resource too, since they provide your citizens with a place to work, which in return ensures that all industry buildings are able to keep up their production, and they will help you, as the mayor, to make some money with their due rent. Two more things before we go though. In the beginning we promised you a way to get your hands on Highrise City very soon. During Gamescom we'll host a demo that includes the very first steps of the game, so keep an eye on our Steam page between the 25th and 29th of August. Though if you ask nicely, we might be persuaded to leave it on Steam for a few more days. And while you're on the Steam page, please make sure to wishlist the game, it really helps a lot. Also, as we said earlier in the video, we still have not decided on the final names for our citizen tiers. If you have any suggestions on how we should name them, please drop a comment below this video or join the discussion on our Discord server. And with that, we wish you tons of fun with the upcoming demo. Thanks for watching and see you soon, builders!